So I made a new account called Chain Reaction where I would purposely just fuck with kids online. I would fuck
you'd
with
make
recolors.
a Chain Reaction? Yeah.
I would go to recolors and then I'd take their video audio and stick it over game footage of them like screaming at people with like game footage. Yeah. And there was this one guy who I pinpointed. I grabbed him.
Yeah.
But there was this one guy. At least I think it was. There was this one guy. I took his video. Because he was talking to us, he's like, you fucker, you better leave my friend alone, you fucking bitch. And it was like, he had this like recolor of like a stolen picture of Sonic scribbled with like MS Paint and stuff. And so I'm like, okay, so I took the audio and I slapped my keyboard and I found a video of a baby crying. So I took his video and I overlaid it perfectly with a baby sitting in his like crib, like looking up at like somebody. Then he, like, right when he's like, you little bitch, the baby started, like, fucking scream crying. So he was like, oh, no. Like, he was, like, actually, like, crying. The camera, like, zooms in while the kid was, like, talking. And then I sent it to him, and I'm like, I sent it to him, I think I had a caption, like, lol. And then he fucking, he, like, messaged me. He's like, he made another video where he's like, Chain Reaction, he's making videos about me making fun of babies, and I do not scream at babies. And then I took that audio and put it with another baby crying. And then I sent it to him, and eventually it got to the point where I ended up adding him because he added me, and he didn't know like I was spazkid. He didn't know spazkid, so he thought Chain Reaction was his own identity. So I was talking to him. He's like, "Do you know Chain Reaction?" Because I told him I was spazkid. I'm like, "Yeah." He stole all my videos, and he's like, he's been posing as me for years. I just sort of left, and he's like, "Yeah, well, he's a jerk. Let me tell you what he's been doing." But yeah, I went back to Missouri to see my old folks. And it's so weird to come back because it's been like 2 years since I've seen my family. And it's just like you remember, like, you know, like restaurants you go to that you thought were good restaurants. Mm-hmm. But then you go back there from like being in Philly and you go back and you're just like, man, this is a fucking stank shithole. And you don't enjoy it. You feel out of place as fuck. And then there's all these like crazy water people around you.
Wait, what does that mean?
Water people?
Wait.
It's a term my family made.
But you just expected everybody else to know what that means?
Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Oh. Okay?
Sounds like creepy swamp monsters.
Yeah.
Alright, listen. People. Studio audience. Water people. Water people is a term that my family made. My mom believes that the crazy amoeba water people in our area were created because they drank the water of the place that we live in.
What are you talking about?
The water is tainted.
The crazy amoeba water people?
This is what my mom... we haven't drank... We only use the water to bathe and to wash shit in, but we don't drink it because, like, it fucking, like, festers in your body and changes you into water people. And basically what a water person is it's you know that picture of that guy whose, like, chin is in his mouth and he's, like, looks like Popeye?
Yeah,
no,
that old guy.
That old fuck that's eating his mouth.
Oh, yeah, he's
no.
like, arr.
That's what the water people look like. They're like these gross, like, redneck old people that can't talk. That are like, so it's kind of like the guy from King of the Hill.
Oh, that guy.
But there's all variants of them. So there's children water people and fucking animal water people. Like there's all different
animal water people.
Can you like see a water person and be like, yeah, that's a water person?
Yeah, you can pick him out. You can pick out a normal guy over there and a water person.
How though?
Because they walk weird, they sound weird, they look weird.
Like, tell me.
And they fucking try to get bargains on everything. They'll walk into a fucking antique store. They'll go to a china that's worth like $5,000. They'll be like, I'll give you $5.
Wait. So the amoebas in the water, they go into their brain.
Not the amoebas, the amoeba people. Quit being insensitive.
The amoebas go into their brain and they... they go into the part of their brain where
fucking amoeba's not a virus.
The part of their brain...
They are the amoeba people. They're amoebas.
A meeple.
They're morphing before your very eyes.
Oh, so they are the amoebas that grew.
They're the personification of an amoeba.
That's even weirder.
They're fucking water people.
Are you saying that like an amoeba like infected their brain and like...
No. He's saying that a little amoeba grew up to be
No, I'm not fucking saying that.
Out of the swamp
I'm saying they drank tainted water and became water people.
That's what I just said.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not
agreed.
not an infectious amoeba. This isn't the fucking Powerpuff Girls.
But what is it? If it changes them to bargain, what are you talking about?
Let Cory talk.
I'm talking about how
Cory,
you can pinpoint.
It's going to be more nonsense.
Specifically, tell me all the things you would see in an amoeba person that will make you say, hey, that's the amoeba person.
The official water person, he'll try to find fucking bargains on everything.
Okay, but that's what he does. What does he look like?
The shirt on your back. He looks like the old guy who's eating his mouth.
Okay, what is their skin like? For example.
It's fucking pasty white and full of nonsense. Like
Okay,
shit.
full of nonsense. What are the hair like?
This falling out. They're losing
Well,
hair.
like Gollum?
Yeah, like variations of them.
What are the fingernails like?
Long and gray.
What are their eyes like?
Like fucking yellow.
Their teeth?
Yellow.
Their ears.
Brown.
Wait, Cory, you're making this up.
You're a liar. Cory,
No, I'm not.
You are a
Is
deep
it-
fried
no,
fryer.
I don't. Listen, the water people are like fucking vampires. They change form. They change form into different forms. The fucking water people.
Suspension is a punishment.
Oh, yeah.
Suspension is great.
Well, it's because of your parents, the wrath. You have to face the wrath of your
Who
parents.
cares? Like, you're still out of school. Anything's better than that.
We had our suspension entailed us going to the sponge factory with retarded people. We had to put sponges in plastic bags. This is real.
What?
Yeah, did I say this on a podcast?
No.
Our out school suspension involved us going to a sponge factory with retarded people, and we stuck sponges in plastic bags and then pushed them through a conveyor
Cory,
belt.
it's actually a miracle that you're as normal as you are. Like seriously, like your life is weird.
You're just standing between all these like pinhead dipshits.
They're really trying to put the sponges in the bags. They're like, okay, done.
It's the most retarded sentence on the planet. Like trying to put a sponge in a bag.
Cory, like sometimes like you're like a randomizer machine where you just generate a sentence in English.
It's fact, okay? It was out school. It was like, I don't know what you call it. It's like after service or something for people, and they needed people because, you know, if it sounds rude, but when you retarded people put sponges, like retarded works on the factory line, they do their job, but they
So they're usually like baggers or sponge workers.
yeah. And I was the person who gave the person the bag, the bag for the
so they're
sponges.
both.
They're retards.
Yeah, and he would take the sponge with this vacant look on his face. So he just dang you.
Cory, what if that was like your calling? What if the out of school suspension like opened up your eyes to a new world?
the factory fucking burned down? I was a retard.
You sure, Cory?
Look into my eyes, my face.
Cory, your eyes are dead.
Can't be any more serious.
But wait, so if I became a water person, what would be the first signs?
you would
Your ears would start browning.
English would be a thing of the past.
That's what I'd be like.
Yeah, slurs. You would
That-
you would have sim English.
Sim talk.
You would sim talk.
Oh, that's a depot.
Yeah, but it would be
yeah.
more broken, and you would be more hickish.
Broken? More
hickish. Broken and hickish.
So like,
yes.
whoa.
Yeah.
Gee, Cory actually had PTSD there when he did that.
Cory was like, holy
Cory
fuck.
jumped backwards.
I'm telling you, it seems like a fucking fabled Zack story, but this is not what you think. This is truly true of all true things.
The water people
There are
of
water
Missouri.
people of Missouri in our area, and like it's scary because they come in all shapes and sizes.
Where do they sleep?
They're just families. They live in fucking like dirty houses and stuff.
Dude.
Broken houses. They go to the same bar that's been there for 40 years, and it's just fucking scary.
Wait, but this only happened in the last year and a half, right?
No, it's been happening. We haven't drank the water in 14 years.
Oh shit.
I'm 100% serious.
Do animals drink the water?
Even when we shower, we like spit it out. We don't drink the water.
Well, why would you drink the water when you shower?
What would your acceptance speech be?
Cory, what would you say? You just won an Oscar for your new movie, Big Ugly Boy, for the true story of Cory. And you walk up on that
Big Ugly Boy
You're in the Chinese theater.
I won it.
You're in the Chinese theater. I think that's where they do. Probably not. But anyways, you're in there and you're in front of all the celebrities. Angelina Jolie's looking up at you. To her right is Martin Luther King, and to his right is Jack Black. So they're all there. All your
They're
heroes.
like, yes.
So, what is your speech? What do you say?
I laugh, and I'm like, you gave me an award for Big Ugly Boy.
It's Big Ugly Boy 4, Cory.
Big Ugly Boy 4, the boy.
The first three didn't really hit good graces with the audience.
It's about time. I got the recognition I deserved.
I'd be like, it does me great honor to finally get the Big Ugly Boy 4.
I still like it. You guys gave me a fucking award? The movie's Big Ugly Boy 4.
It's a troubled story about a boy who's ugly and kills himself. It's just realistic.
Who would you thank?
I would thank my friends, my parents, the audience, God, Satan,
Oh, okay.
Mother Nature, and oxygen.
Raw.
for helping me breathe in those times of peril when my movie got deleted 4 times.
When Big Ugly Boy got hit with bad critics. Okay, so that's my movie, Big Ugly Boy.
Wow, cool.
What's yours?
Dirty asshole! Dirty asshole! The guy's laughing.
You want to hear a story about? Want to hear a story about a supposed bird that's supposed to fucking recite what you say that my dad got?
Oh god.
Didn't do neither. It just squawked all fucking day. So my dad got this fucking bird from like some exotic place. It was like one of those. They're like the red birds. You know, they have like a little bit of
The
color.
African. No,
Oh, it's like it's like a parrot.
the Muji bird.
Parakeet?
Oh yeah, the Wuju Wuju. It is the Wuju Wuju.
The Muji Muji?
Muju bird.
The Mujo bird, look it up, it exists. The Mujo bird, my dad got it, and he's like, man, I love birds because my dad's a liar. And he got the bird, and he got a fucking giant white cage, and literally the only thing it did was squawk like a fucking asshole.
Did he try to talk to it, or did he just expect it to start talking to it and have a whole vocabulary?
He tried talking to it. He's like, pretty birdie. He threw fucking bird food at its face.
Maybe the bird wasn't talking because the guy was fucking pelting this bird. After one day with bird food and sings because it wouldn't recite fucking Shakespeare to him.
Now, hold on, okay? I used to have a bird when I was a kid. I like birds, but this motherfucker was not a bird. It was an asshole. Okay, he would sit in the cage while I would do.
Yes.
Birds are dicks. I know this one was, but I've had nice birds before that would come down and swoop down and steal my spaghetti, and I laughed when I was a kid. I was fine with that. But this fucking bird.
Your house was cool.
Can you back up the elaborate on the spaghetti story? You used to have birds who would swoop down and steal your spaghetti, and then you would laugh. Can you elaborate it down into that a little
I was
bit?
like 5.
I don't know if your house was awesome or terrible.
That sounds like a horribly repressed memory that out of
I mean,
nothing.
there was all these birds. They like
Where?
circled my room. There was like
The
these,
spaghetti's noodly or raw?
I would eat spaghetti and they would like fucking swoop down and patch.
You
it.
had 100
Like-
birds in your house stealing your spaghetti? Just what? They just flew around your house all day?
That's not important. What is important is the story about the bird in the cage.
This sounds like
Are
something a
you
fucking
remembering?
schizophrenic
Are
person
you
would
remembering
say.
like a bad Ben Stiller movie, or is this? Are you sure you're not mixing up your childhood with like a bad movie?
Cory, okay?
Yeah.
You have to interviews, okay?
Yeah.
So,
President Cory.
President Cory. So,
You guys first question.
Mr. Cory, or President Cory, that is, you're running for re-election. What is your policy on Israel?
They're the ones that they wear the stuff and show their ankles, right?
Pardon me, sir? What is your policy on Israel?
We
Do
gotta
you
get,
believe in the two-state solution,
we
sir?
gotta get more foot jobs, more foot job focused stuff there.
Sir, what is your policy on the two-state solution? Do you support
if they
that or
can't
oppose
show
that?
if they can only show their ankles, we gotta pass a law to at least be able to show half their face.
He's so right. He's so right.
We have a second question here from another reporter.
There's rumors Saudi Arabia is trying to clone Osama bin Laden and bring him back from the dead. What do you plan to do about that?
Build big robots.
This is why I voted for him.
We love you, Press Cory.
Mr. President, your adversary has said multiple times that you have caused $40 trillion in debt over 4 years. How is that possible? Where did all the money go to?
I spent it on stuff I needed at the time.
Like what?
Like personal stuff.
President Cory, how do you explain the shortage of Pokemon cards and Sonic the Hedgehog figures?
Wait, sir.
I like that guy's question better.
Sir,
Explain it!
President Cory, like I said before, global warming has caused a 10-foot high sea level rise that's caused thousands
All
of
right,
deaths.
speak on behalf
being
of this
abandoned,
guy.
and all you keep talking about is a platform based on fruit snacks and salty crackers for all. So people are dying in your country.
Where are the Sonic figures?
Hold on. To classify it, weather will happen. It'll get hot, it'll get cold, just deal with it. Second of all, the figures are coming. They're coming.
You've been saying that for 15 years!
We're making them different flavors so kids can suck on them and they don't, at least when they choke, flavor in their mouth.
Thank you.
The president calling. I got autism, bro. I forgot my question. Sorry.
I'm also autistic.
Very well done.
Okay.
But,
Cool.
I
Okay.
really-
That's
sorry,
all I didn't want to go into.
Can I?
I have a fucking
can I say
laundry
this?
list of things I have wrong
Can I-
about
can I
Frozen,
just-
if you
can I-
want to hear that.
You are a
fucking
grown
Can I-
man reviewing a movie for children.
For
Can I-
everyone.
can I-
For
children.
adults.
I just
That's
want
a
to close
prime
my
example
point
of
with one thing.
cynicism.
That's
If you
not
can
cynicism.
If you can just point at it and be like, that's a little girl's movie.
You went to fucking Frozen, you came back and you were like, let me give you my honest opinion about a fucking movie
About
for girls.
an Oscar-winning animated fucking movie that gets 65 million views and sells fucking millions of toys every 5 minutes. Shut your fucking mouth!
To girls!
No!
You saw the
To
trailer.
fucking world!
The
This
trailer.
isn't just for girls, motherfucker!
Shut
This is
your
everyone.
mouth.
Fuck you!
The trailer is exactly like the movie. You saw the trailer, you went
Let
to
me
the movie,
fucking tell you something!
and you were disappointed.
Let me fucking tell you
Really?
something! An animated Oscar award-winning fucking movie!
For children! For
Let
girls!
me fucking tell you something! Did you like Tangled?
Yeah, I loved it.
You like Tangled?
Yeah. But I knew what I was getting into. I was watching a movie with
Let
my
me tell you
fucking
something.
nieces.
If you saw Tangled, I like Tangled. And then I saw fucking Frozen. And I saw Tangled as an award-winning movie, and then I saw fucking Frozen.
Here's the
I
difference.
agree with Cory there.
Here's the difference. If I didn't like Tangled, I wouldn't sit at home fucking writing blog after blog, hating on it for years.
I don't
because
care.
it's a fucking movie for girls.
I'm telling you.
I happen to like Tangled.
Okay.
I don't think anyone has ever asked
your
the question,
retort-
do you like Tangled with that much rage?
Do you like Tangled?
Tangled is a good movie.
Answer me!
If it's a movie for girls, then fuck you in capital letters.
It is a movie.
The guy's laughing.
You want to hear a story about? Want to hear a story about a supposed bird that's supposed to fucking recite what you say that my dad got?
Oh god.
Didn't do neither. It just squawked all fucking day. So my dad got this fucking bird from like some exotic place. It was like one of those. They're like the red birds. You know, they have like a little bit of
The
color.
African,
Oh, it's like it's like a parrot.
The Muji bird.
parakeet?
Oh yeah, the Wuji. It is Wuji.
The Muji.
Muji bird.
The Mujo bird, look it up, it exists. The Mujo bird, my dad got it, and he's like, man, I love birds, because my dad's a liar. And he got the bird, and he got a fucking giant white cage, and literally the only thing it did was squawk like a fucking asshole.
Did he try to talk to it, or did he just expect it to start talking to it and have a whole vocabulary?
He tried talking to it, he's like, pretty birdie, he threw like a bird food at its face.
Maybe the bird wasn't talking because the guy was fucking pelting this bird. After one day with bird food and sings because it wouldn't recite fucking Shakespeare to him.
Now, hold on, okay? I used to have a bird when I was a kid. I like birds, but this motherfucker was not a bird. It was an asshole. Okay, he would sit in the cage
All
while
birds are
I would do.
assholes.
He would
Birds are
sit-
dicks.
I know this one was, but I've had nice birds before that would come down and swoop down and steal my spaghetti, and I laughed when I was a kid. I was fine with that. But this fucking bird.
Your house was cool.
Can you back up to elaborate on the spaghetti story? You know, I used to have birds who would swoop down and steal your spaghetti, and then you would laugh. Can you elaborate and delve into that a little
I was
bit?
like 5. I don't
That
know.
sounds
House
like
was awesome or terrible?
That sounds like a horribly repressed memory that out of
I mean, there
nothing.
was all these birds. They like
Where?
circled my room. There's
Was
like
the
these,
spaghetti noodly or raw?
I would eat spaghetti and they would like fucking swoop down and pat
You
me
had
and
100
fucking, like-
birds in your house stealing your spaghetti?